reaction to the release of these stats so far?
Well, good afternoon, Faith. Generally, opposition parties have welcomed the general decrease in the crime statistics, but most have said, the DA specifically have said, it's not enough. A lot more needs to be done to decrease crime in South Africa. But to talk to us a bit more about this, we've got Chandra Gould from the ISS. The general decrease in crime statistics, especially violent crimes, has been welcomed. But is the reporting coming all right, especially when you're talking about murder?
Yes, I think that there certainly is, we should be welcoming the decrease in contact crimes over the last few years. This is not something that has surprised us. There's generally been a decrease. We've seen a decrease since 2004, 2005. Murder this year decreased by about 3%. So I think when one talks about those kind of small changes, we're talking about a stabilization. So overall, I think we've seen in most categories of crime very small decreases, and so we're seeing not a great change over the last few years.
On sexual offences, rape has come down, but the minister spoke specifically about concerns he has on offences that are committed against children. What's your take on that?
I think in terms of rape, there are a few things to point out. The one is that the minister didn't actually give us a figure for rape. Now, in the past few years, rape has been reported inconsistently. For 5 years, we were given no figure for rape at all. Last year, in his speech, the minister announced the number of rape cases that the police had recorded. We were looking at a very large number, about over 500 cases of rape every day in South Africa. This year, the minister didn't give us a number, unfortunately, and that's very important for us to be able to determine trends. I think also in terms of crimes against children, we could have a great deal more information from the police. The minister did tell us that most of the murders in South Africa, 80% of murders in South Africa, are committed against men. We saw that 14% of the murders in South Africa are committed against women.
The most notable decrease has been on ATM bombings. Anything particular that we can account that for?
ATM bombings is one of these crimes for which there are small numbers. So there are around 200 or 300 ATM bombings a year. So when you see a decrease, it does seem fairly dramatic if you put it in percentage terms. Importantly, this is a crime that has gone up and gone down quite dramatically over the last few years, and it has everything to do with two things: the displacement of crime, or criminals who were previously doing ATM bombings perhaps going into another form of crime, or perhaps it has to do with the fact that particular criminals responsible for ATM crimes have been arrested.
Chandra, we have to leave it there for now. Well, Faith, there you have it from Chandra Gould of the ISS, saying there may be shifts in areas that criminals are committing crimes on, but we'll get more of this later in the day.